Hello to the folks. It's me, Denny Carter from NBC Sports, coming at you for yet another and the final fantasy football Q&A. This one for Week 17. This one for what many are calling Championship Week. That's what we're calling it around here because, see, almost everyone is playing for their fantasy championships this week, including, I presume, you. And that's why you have tuned in. That's why you have stayed the course and join this chat once again to get your questions answered. Of course, I have a 100% track record of being correct. Thankfully, I've kept that intact all season. Ask anyone. Ask my kids. Ask my wife. Ask my dog. Please just don't ask anyone on the X platform. That would be my one request. They're not so familiar with that track record, with my streak of never having been wrong. I'm going to get to your questions in just a moment. You fill up that chat. I'm going to get to them. We're going to get you a fantasy championship. Or hey, if you're grinding for a consolation bracket prize, whatever, we're going to get you that too. You're going to crush that third place match. Okay, just crush. Watch. I said last night, I just want to address something since apparently, as I've been told this morning, I'm being dragged all over the internet for something I said about Joe Flacco last night while the Browns beat the Jets. I simply said that, for the younger folks, for Zoomers, I just want to let them know that like Joe Flacco didn't play like this in Baltimore, and that touched a nerve. And you won't believe whose nerve it touched. You're not going to believe this. Ravens fans' nerves were touched pretty roughly, I guess, by that comment suggesting that their Flacco is playing better in Cleveland than he ever did in Baltimore. And it said, no. You just never watched the game. It is funny. It is funny, actually. The one thing that I did find funny in that whole exchange was saying that I'm too young to remember Joe Flacco playing for the Ravens. This dude's in his 20s. This dude's in 15 years old. I mean, I actually appreciate that, being mistaken for a 15-year-old. Here's the thing, though. I was born in 1983. I'm 40. I live in Maryland. I lived through the entire Joe Flacco experience with the Ravens, keenly aware of everything that happened. Okay. This idea that having watched Joe Flacco will give you a better sense of who he was as the Ravens quarterback and would stop anyone from saying, no, you don't understand. He was just as good for the Ravens as he is for the Browns. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny to say you should have just watched the games. I did watch a lot of Joe Flacco, and buddy, it wasn't good. It wasn't even mediocre. And you can say, oh, well, he wasn't throwing to Jerry Rice and Randy Moss, so who knows if he's good. This is my favorite fallback. With anybody, with any quarterback, Bryce Young, whoever, Zach Wilson. Well, we don't know if he's good because he's not throwing to AJ Brown and Deebo Samuel. If you don't have elite running wide receivers, you don't know about the quarterback. You just can't know, which is obviously garbage. Okay, so they made me do. So Ravens fans made me do homework last night. Okay, I'm just trying to enjoy the game, a fun game, by the way, for fantasy. And I had to do homework. So I looked at EPA data, that's expected points added data for quarterbacks from 2012 to 2018. Now, I didn't have EPA data before 2012. Okay, so I'm missing a few years there of Joe Flacco's time in Baltimore. But from 2012 to 2018, Flacco was 29th out of 35 qualifying quarterbacks in dropback EPA. Now, EPA is not everything. We know that. Okay, people are having flame wars online about EPA in regards to Brock Purdy and Lamar Jackson and whatnot. Okay, so I'm not saying that whoever has the best EPA is the best quarterback. But I am saying it does give you a picture. Like if you want to distill a quarterback's performance into one number, EPA is a good place to start. It's a good place to start. And so 29th out of 35, he was in line with, Jay Cutler was right there. That makes sense to me. Lots of folks in this chat watch Joe Flacco and Jay Cutler. I think that they would say they're pretty much the same guy. I mean, one had a horrendous attitude and didn't really want to be around anymore. And then one was Joe Flacco, and he had that dog in him. And he still has a dog in him. He has several dogs in him. I've seen the x-rays. So many dogs in Joe Flacco. Which makes sense now because he plays in the dog pound. Anyway, look. I'm sorry that I hurt Ravens fans' feelings. I am. That was not my intent. But I do want to let Ravens fans know that they are wrong. Just completely wrong about Joe Flacco. He wasn't good. He wasn't good in Baltimore. And he's great now. He's a Browns legend. He was mid for the Ravens. He's a legend for the Browns. And I know that's something that, emotionally, like Ravens fans are going to have to seek therapy about this. This is rough. This is a rough one for Ravens fans. That their guy, Joe Flacco, is going to be remembered as a Browns legend and not a Ravens legend. That's tough. I get it. Like I would hug you if I could. Probably not. But I do feel empathy for you. That he wasn't good for the Ravens and he's good for the Browns. All right. We are going to answer your questions starting at the top here with Joseph. Joseph says, need to start 2 of 4. Okay, so you have Mostert, Eckler, Hopkins, Singletary. Got to start Mostert. He gets so many touches inside the 10. The Dolphins-Ravens game, I don't know if I like it to be a shootout, but a fair amount of points. I mean, it has one of the highest totals of the week, so you got that going for you. I have to sneeze. Yeah. Well, that was unavoidable. Sorry. All right. And then I do like Singletary. So with Brandon Staley out of the picture, Austin Eckler actually got back to like a fantasy relevant, fantasy friendly-ish role last week, and he plays a really soft Denver rush defense this week. So I don't mind Eckler. So it's between Eckler and Singletary for me. I might lean Eckler. It's a quietly good spot. Okay, shh, quiet. But it's a good spot. Don't tell anybody. You're keeping this between us, Joseph. All right. I don't know what that is. Greg's back. Greg, thanks for joining once again. Ty Chandler, Dave Montgomery, CEH. Yes, Happy New Year to you as well. Well, yeah, I mean, Chandler, we and I do recommend everybody check out the Rotoworld football show from Thursday, anywhere where you find your podcast. It's also on the NFL and NBC YouTube channel. We went through the Vikings game, Jaron Hall, what he means to the Vikings. I'm not, I see Chandler as a desperation flex. That one game was cool. We got that one game, but that's probably it there. So I think, Montgomery is the play. I do believe, and I said this on the podcast, if folks want to check that out, we went through every game as we do every week, broke down matchups and everything. I do think the Lions are going to try to lean very heavily on the run here to neutralize the Cowboys pass rush, and to take advantage, honestly, of a pretty good matchup. The Dallas rush defense, by many metrics, and I've made a pre-New Year's resolution to not bore you with so many nerdy metrics on broadcasts. Okay, I'll do that in writing. If folks are interested in that nerdy stuff, you can check out my writing. I will continue to include it there, but maybe not here. Anyway, the Dallas defense can be had on the ground. I think the Lions know that. I think Montgomery is the play. CEH is not a bad play, but I think Montgomery is a play. Greg is back. Greg is back with another question. McLaughlin. Oh, kicker question. Kicker question. So McLaughlin, I'd go with McLaughlin. I'm a little queasy about the Falcons. I don't think that's a good matchup for them against the Bears. Jerry. Hey, Jerry. If Pacheco is out, he probably will be. Who do I flex? Hopkins, Zamir White, or pick up Gainwell, Demarcus Robinson. You still have holes in socks and or holes in your socks and underwear. I talked about that on the show. I went on the Fantasy Football Happy Hour. I hope you guys checked it out on Peacock. And they opened with my riff from yesterday's podcast on my holy socks and unfortunately underwear. Shout out to Sansa for helping me solve that situation. Who do you flex? I'm okay. If Josh Jacobs is out, here's the thing. Colts are the second most extreme run funnel defense this season, and that has really not changed at all. Okay, like some teams, they fluctuate from like no funnel to run funnel to pass funnel, whatever. And I try to capture that in the funnel defense report, which is on NBCSports.com if you'd like to check that out. Anyway, the Colts have stayed stable, have been a reliably run funnel defense. So Zamir White is a smash play. This is what the Zoomers are saying if Josh Jacobs is out. So it is definitely White here. If not, I guess go Hopkins. Hail. Patrick needs hail. Superflex League. Hall or Achane. Happy New Year to you too, Patrick. I mean, look, Hall. I think Jaron Hall has some rushing upside. I would have to lean Hall. Achane, unfortunately, I thought maybe he would grow into a role where he's seeing 15, 17 touches a game in certain game scripts. It's just not happening. It didn't come to fruition. Maybe the toe injury is slowing him down a little bit as far as usage goes, playing time, whatever. So I would lean Hall. It's kind of a tough one though. You wish you had a question, but forced to play Gabe Davis over Pop Douglas. So I actually did. I wrote in the funnel defense report about the Patriots defense becoming something of a pass funnel, not like a crazy pass funnel, but enough of a pass funnel that I think we're not going to see Josh Allen do this thing where he's dropping back like 12 times like he has in the past 2 weeks. I mean, look, folks, he has 36. Josh Allen has 36 pass attempts over the past 2 weeks, 36 combined total over 2 weeks. That is really, really bleak if you have Stefon Diggs, Dalton Kincaid, any living, breathing person in the Bills passing attack. I think that changes this week. He dropped back 47 times, Josh Allen did, against the Patriots when these teams played earlier in the year. Through 41 passes, Stefon Diggs was targeted 12 times at 34% target share. So I guess, I guess Gabe Davis is the play. Is it PPR? I don't know. Gosh, that is tough. Is PPR guy Alpha? I want to tell you, if it's PPR, I'm going to lean Pop Douglas. I'll be honest. All right, more hail for Patrick. Full PPR bench Pollard for Achane or Zamir White. Yes, and yes. You're benching Tony Pollard for Zamir White if Jacobs is out. The problem is that Pollard and Dallas, they play on Saturday night. So you're not going to know. And I'm sorry. That is rough. I guess you might have some information by that point about the Josh Jacobs situation. I would want to play Zamir White in a vacuum over Pollard. I'm not sure about Achane. All right. If Jacobs is out, who do I start? It's man, that's actually a tough one because I was going to say, I guess it's probably Zamir White. Yeah, so this is a situation. Remember a couple weeks ago with Ty Chandler, where I got a lot of questions, and rightfully so. I got a lot of questions from the folks saying, basically, what do I do with Ty Chandler? Do I play him over this guy, over that guy, over this guy, over this? And I kept saying, yes, 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 yes. You're playing Ty Chandler. You're playing Ty Chandler. You just get Ty Chandler in there. I feel similarly about Zamir White if Josh Jacobs is sidelined this week. So just find a way to get him in there. Great matchup, great spot. I think the Vegas defense will dominate the Colts as well, and that's good. And that's good for game script purposes. Look, the Raiders desperately do not want to lean on Aiden O'Connell, and rightfully so. Aiden O'Connell is horrific. I mean, nice kid, seems like it, but wow, he's bad. So they want to avoid that. They want to they want to keep it on the ground. They want to punch the opponent in the face, in the neck, and other places in the upper body. So Zamir White is going to be in a real good spot. All right, Texans defense against Titans or Jags. I don't feel good. Okay, I go with Texans. I go with the Texans. They have what we call a sack-based floor, meaning that the Texans get pressure on the quarterback at a pretty good rate, not a great, but pretty good, and the Titans give up a lot of sacks. So at least I think you can bake in, 3, 4, 5 sacks in this game for the Texans defense. You got that. Okay. I'm queasy about everything in this Jags Panthers game. Lawrence being bruised and battered. They're missing 2 of their top receivers. They're missing some key defenders, or they could be missing some key defenders. I think the Panthers win this game. And I don't think that they're going to be in a position where, Bryce Young will have to drop back and pass obvious situations, right? And that's where you get the turnovers and the sacks and whatnot. So I'm not bullish on the Jags defense for week 17. Stroud or Murray in the finals. I'd have to go with Stroud. Yeah, I mean the Eagles are a pass funnel for sure, and Trey McBride is going to cook. Okay, he's going to cook all day. Love Trey McBride. Michael Wilson is interesting. Look, Michael Wilson led the team in routes. He was second in targets, I believe, and he was first in air yards last week with Marquise Brown out. Of course, Marquise Brown now on IR with a foot injury. That Michael Wilson didn't catch a pass last week. That's a whole different thing. That's the process. We're here for the process. Michael Wilson's interesting, I think. But yeah, I'd go with Stroud here. Oh, hello, niece or nephew. Connor or Pollard. Connor kind of maybe could be game scripted out here. But I still would go Connor. I'm just totally out on Pollard. Rico Dowdle is out. I do want to mention that Rico Dowdle is out. We're hearing that. Yes, I can confirm Dowdle is out. Deuce Vaughn will be the running back 2 for Dallas, for whatever that's worth. Stafford or Fields? I mean, Stafford's fine. Stafford's, I think, a fine floor play. I think, Fields last week really took advantage of a poor rush defense in the Cardinals. He plays another really bad rush defense in the Falcons this week. I know he's going to be missing Cole Kmet probably. I get that. DJ Moore's a little bit banged up, but Fields is rushing. I can't turn that down. So you're going with Fields. Yeah, it's Baker. You're going with Baker over Tua. I know that sounds weird, but that's what I'm doing. Wes Q Fox the fourth says defense. Rams, Colts, Broncos this week. Broncos against the Chargers. Let's go. Montgomery or CEH. Montgomery. I guess folks are really down on Montgomery. I get it. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs is kind of taken over as the clearly like the better back there, but he always was. But I think this profiles as much as possible as a David Montgomery game against the Cowboys. They're going to want to slow it down. They're going to want to establish it. So I like Montgomery. CEH is fine. I feel bad now. Like I've had like 4 CEH questions, and I've sided against him in all of them. That's not to say the CEH is like unplayable. He's actually in a good spot. He's going to see, I don't know, 20 touches this week. Like in total, maybe I don't know, 12 rushes. Probably not. Probably not 8 catches, but 15. Let's say 15 and 5. We'll go 15 and 5 for CEH. That's hard to find. That's hard to find. All right. Mahomes or Stafford? Uh um that's tough. I guess Stafford. Man, that is bleak. Stafford, what I mean is it's bleak that I'm trying to find a reason to play Mahomes and I can't. Choose one of DJ Moore, Javante, CEH, or Zamir White. Yes. So the same thing. It's Zamir White if Jacobs is out. If not, CEH. CEH. All right. Damon says need help with the full PPR. Need one running back. Montgomery. And then in the flex, should I play Cup, Godwin? The Cup. Yeah. Don't be too put off by last week with Cup. He's fine. Go ahead and play Cup. You have my blessing. Start one at flex and PPR. You are starting Jaden Reed. You're starting Jaden Reed there if he plays. If not, then DeAndre Hopkins. But I think Reed should be fine. Full PPR, start 2. Oh man, Zeke's going to be a scam, folks. Oh, by the way, I just want to address something real quick. So I covered the game last night for NBC and in Rotoworld, and I wrote up the players, and my headline for Breece Hall was that he continues to be a PPR scam in week 17. And folks seem to take issue with that. But the folks who tune into this Q&A every week, and I appreciate everybody for doing that all year, they know that I love a scam. So I think that there was something lost in translation. We love a scam in fantasy. You kidding me? 9 targets to a running back, and he didn't even play the last, I think, 2 drives, Breece Hall, right? It was Izzy Abanaconda who came in. I mean, Breece Hall was in line for like 12 to 15 targets in that game. He got 9. He got away with it so hard. I think I caught all 9. And for like 45 yards, whatever, and a touchdown. We'll take it, man. We love a scam. Yeah, that works. Okay. Nothing wrong with a scam. This country is built on it. We love it. We need more of it. All right. Full PPR start 2. So yeah, Zeke is going to be a scam. So you got to start him. And then White if Jacobs out. If not, CEH. Right. Thank you, man. So it's all Ravens fans. Like if you look at the profiles of the people who are, we'll say, giving me a hard time on the X platform, every one of them is like, "Go Flock, go," or like, "We love our Ravens," hashtag, or like a picture of Ray Lewis from 1997 or something like. And so I get it. It's just tough. It's tough for them. It's a difficult time for Ravens fans to see their guy, and who will be even tougher. I was trying to avoid this, but I have to say it. It will be difficult for Ravens fans to get over Joe Flacco beating the Ravens in the postseason. Okay, let's get on to the next question here. Ian Taylor. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for tuning in consistently, Ian. Need 2. Swift, Ty Chandler, or Rice. Yeah, Ty Chandler's just off the board there. It's Rice and it's Swift. I wrote up Swift in the Funnel Defense Report if you would like to check that out. All right, we're going to go through some more, and then we're going to talk about some nerdy stats because I like nerdy stats. I told you I wouldn't talk about them, but there is one thing I have to mention. So choose from Baker, Kyler and Stafford. I go with Stafford. I think I already answered that. All right, what do we got? Devontae or Pittman? That's a good question. They're both not in a very good spot. I would lean Devontae. All right, what do we got? Well, thank you, Frankie. Appreciate that. Flacco takes his vitamins now. Yes, he's taking his vitamins. Look. Oh, and by the way, I love as a 40-year-old dad, I love to see Joe Flacco literally nodding off on the Cleveland bench last night in the second half. I mean, that guy was sitting there by himself. Okay, Joe Cool sitting there by himself, and he's doing this. And then he did one of these. All right. And you know what that means. Look, parents everywhere. Okay, Joe Flacco has 5 kids. 5 kids at home. Okay. This guy's not sleeping much. Honestly, obviously. Parents know what this means. This means, oh my dear God, I need to wake up. Like, I need to wake up. We've done that. We've all done that. Okay. I've done that many times. And it was just good to see, like, oh man, he's just a dad. He's just a tired old dad. And I get it, man. I was doing the same thing while watching the game last night. Oh, hey, Neil Dutton. Hey, Neil. Friend of the stream, friend of the show, friend of mine. Am I stupid to pin my fantasy title hopes on Jaren Hall or Gardner Minshew? Or should I just accept the inevitable and not even bother setting a lineup? No, don't do that, Neil. Don't give in to the nihilism. There, you block off the nihilism and you play Jaren Z Hall the third over Minshew. Folks, it's Jover. It's Jover for Minshew this week. It's not good. Really bad spot. All right. PPR championship. Congrats for making it that far. Allen is my quarterback. Gabe versus the Patriots. Deontay, Shaheed, or Thielen. I like Shaheed. I think that the Saints will be forced into a pass-heavy script here, and I think that will sort of artificially boost target volume for everybody in the Saints offense. Not everybody, but you know what I mean. Olave, to a lesser extent, Shaheed, and to an even lesser extent, Jawan Johnson. So I do like Shaheed as like the upside play. All right. We're looking at more. Can't feed the family with EPA. Yeah, but you can try. You never tried. You don't know. Maybe you can. We'll have to see. Someone made it to the championship. Fields. Fields. You're going Fields, buddy. Jordan Love or Baker Mayfield. Baker. I'm going Baker. Sneeze gate. I did sneeze. The folks saw it. All right. Wait. Oh, well, we have people laughing their butts off. Mahomes or Stafford? Wow, this guy's really hammering that question over and over and over. All right, Joseph. 2 questions, both non-PPR. Come on. Kraft or Johnson? I guess Kraft. I would go with White over Mixon if Jacob sits. And yeah, thank you. I appreciate Joseph for the nice words and for you tuning in this season. Means a lot to me. Got to choose 2. You can't not choose 2 out of these 3. You're going Zeke, and you're going Connor. All right. Full PPR. Kenny Walker. This is what we call him now, Kenny Walker. Remember when it was Kenneth Walker the second? And then people were like, just call him Ken. Relax. Okay, again, it's White if Jacob sits, and then it is Kenneth Walker. Yes, there you go. Devontae Adams or Zay Flowers in half PPR. Zay Flowers returned to practice on Friday, but you should monitor his situation. Calf issue. Odell Beckham's not practicing. Looks very, very iffy. So Zay Flowers could fall into a lot of volume. I hate to say this. Oh man, I really hate to say this, but I think it's Flowers. Man, that is really dark. Full PPR. Well, is Keenan playing? Keenan's not playing. Nico is a good play. Excuse me. Nico and Zeke. Zeke's the only game in town, man. You know. Here's some recent stats from our guy Ezekiel Elliott, who obviously is better than Tony Pollard and always has been. Please don't check my tweets on that. But okay, all right. Since he took over the full-time role, he has so against the Steelers, 7 catches on 8 targets. And then against Kansas City, 5 catches on 6 targets. And then last week against Denver, 9 catches on 11 targets. I don't care about the rushing. The rushing stinks. Okay, 27 yards against Denver, 25 yards against KC, 68 yards against Pittsburgh. Who cares? Who cares? We're here for the scam, baby. We're here for the scam, and we are scamming our way to a championship with Zeke. All right, who again is and always has been way better than Tony Pollard. I will say that the thing about Tony Pollard is that so he suffered a horrific, like nightmarish broken leg last January, right? That's how the season ended against the Niners. And then, we get into the summer and everyone's like, yeah, it's fine. It was a broken leg. What do you want? It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't an ACL. Okay. But like his leg snapped in half. It just seemed, I'm not a doctor. I'm not. People say, well, you must be a doctor. I'm not a doctor. But when I see a leg snap in half, I say, oh, that looks bad. We should be concerned about that. But the Cowboys said, no, he's fine. Why are you concerned? So what? His leg busted in half and folded up over his shoulder. That's it. Who cares? He's fine. And then Tony Pollard comes out at Thanksgiving time and says, yeah, by the way, I'm now fully recovered from that leg injury. What? We were completely gaslighted on this for months and months and months by the team. Well, by the team mostly. He wasn't right. Tony Pollard was not right this entire year. Anyway, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Zeke and Nico. All right. If Keenan Allen plays, you're playing him. But if not, then Zeke and Nico. There you go. Joe Flacco has 36 pass attempts after 1 quarter, but Allen can only manage it in 2 games. It's 0 dog. That's right. Neil knows what is up. Mostert or Achane. Yeah, I mean, Mostert's going to play. According to beat writers, he's going to play. So you're playing Mostert over Achane for sure. Connor or Pittman. I'd go with Pittman. Amari DiMercato is his name. He split the routes and I believe saw a team high targets last week for the Cardinals, which, wow, that's a pretty dark situation for Arizona. So in other words, Connor is, I know he had 5 catches last week, which is awesome. But I'm just a little worried about his role. I'm not worried about Michael Pittman's role. Any worries about Mostert or Bijan? Bijan, we're calling him Bijan. Well, I'd play. I mean, honestly, guys, I would play Zamir White over Bijan Robinson if Josh Jacobs is sidelined this week. But yeah, you got to keep Mostert in. Josh Allen is the play over Kyler Murray, right? Right. That's correct, buddy. You got that right. Jerry's back. Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Brissett is questionable with a hamstring? You got to be kidding me. Are you serious? Come on, man. That's unfortunate. Man. Well, that changes a lot of my thinking around week 17. Thank you, Jerry, for the update. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, so Jonathan Taylor with Zach Moss out, Jonathan Taylor is in a good spot, although he's only running 50% of the routes. That's deeply unfortunate because that means he's not totally immune to game scripts. That means he's going to be game script sensitive. That means you're going to need a big game on the ground for JT to pay off. And yeah, I mean, look, you're playing the Niners defense anyway. Okay. Like whether Jacoby Brissett starts or Sam Howell, but if Sam Howell starts, like I mean, the San Francisco defense could like break fantasy if Sam Howell starts. That guy stinks. And I said that this week on X, and you won't believe this, but the Commanders fans were not happy with that assessment. They think Sam Howell is very good. Okay. Half PPR. Yeah, you're going okay with White if Jacob sits. I sound like a broken record, folks. A record, by the way, is something that we used to have music on in the 80s and the 70s and before that. For the Zoomers out there, I play Elliott and I play White. Otherwise, you're playing CEH if Jacob suits up and White becomes not really playable. Yeah, sure, Mitch. Thanks for coming to the stream. Am I crazy for thinking about benching Adams for Nico, Rice, or Pittman? No, you're not. You're not crazy. You're not. People will say you're crazy. I say you're not crazy. The Raiders are so run heavy, right? And they like I said earlier in the stream, they don't want to lean on the pass. They don't want to rely on the pass at all. And that has been very bad for Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams. So I would play. Gosh, I think I'd actually play Nico Collins over Adams. I mean Tank Dell being out, CJ Stroud coming back. So last week Nico Collins, 6 targets, he had 4 catches, 18 yards, and a touchdown. Again, that was with what's his name under center, Case Keenum. So I think the return of Stroud is huge for him. Obviously, I would lean. I'm sorry. I would lean Nico Collins. Fan from South Korea. Hello. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. All right. We have Cooper Kupp or Collins at flex. I know I just talked to Collins, but we like our Cooper Kupp, folks. We like our Cooper Kupp a lot. So you're playing him. Don't be too freaked out from last week. It's fine. It's fine. You'll be okay. Are the Rams the play over the Ravens? Yes. I think so. Here's what I would say. I would say the Rams have the upside. So the Rams really stop the run, right? So the Giants are going to try to run it. We know what's going to happen here. I'll just tell you exactly how this Rams-Giants game is going to play out. Giants are going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to establish it. It's not going to work because it hardly ever works against the Rams. Then they're going to have to drop back in obvious pass situations. And Tyrod Taylor will be sacked and he will throw interceptions and or he will fumble. The Ravens-Dolphins game has some shootout potential. The Ravens are a good defense. They will be missing Kyle Hamilton, the standout safety, who did not practice Friday, which is usually a very, very bad sign for a guy's availability on Sunday. So I do like the Rams there. I'm sorry. I just had to talk through it. I had to talk it out. Joseph says favorite borderline QB1. Ooh, that is a tough one, buddy. Oh goodness. I really wish you guys would throw me some softballs once in a while and not just like, it looks like you go into a lab and concoct the most difficult start-sit questions possible. But you keep me on my toes and you keep the old brain sharp. Okay. Even on precious little sleep. I don't like golf. Car. God, I hate saying that. Okay, but if you want to feel better about starting Carr, check out the funnel defense report. I have a lot on the Saints offense against the pass funnel Bucks defense. All right. Took Brees with my 4th and 5th pick in 2 different leagues. That's cool. Oh no. You almost got there, Dominique. Almost. So we have a kicker question. Matt Gay, Cairo Santos, or Chase G. McLaughlin III. It's not Matt Gay. I'd go with McLaughlin. Go with God. Go with McLaughlin. Sorry to get religious. I do apologize for that. Pick 1 PPR. Zeke. We're scamming. We are scamming, baby. We're getting 10 receptions from Zeke this week. We're scamming our way. It doesn't matter what he does on the ground. It doesn't matter if literally, it doesn't matter if Zeke gains 20 yards on the ground this week. He's going to get there for PPR. Let's do it. All right. And that's all we care about. We play a game within a game. Okay. We're not NFL GMs. We're not evaluating who's the best player or whatever. We're evaluating who's going to get the ball. Zeke's going to get the ball. Period. There you go. There's your fantasy football analysis for the day. Saquon, Cook, Montgomery, Connor, pick 3. Have a happy new year. You too. Western Goods. Pick 3. Not say. I don't think it can be Saquon, honestly. The other 3. So you bench Saquon. I hate saying that, but what can you do? 4-point pass touchdown. My opponent has David Montgomery and St. Brown. Do I play golf and Derek? Or I think you mean or Derek Carr. I would go with Carr. Demario Douglas, otherwise known as Pop. The children, they're calling him Pop. That's what I'm going to call him. Pop Douglas or KJ Osborne. Pop Douglas. I feel kind of out on the Vikings passing offense going into this week. All right, we McBride or dear Lord, this is a horrible choice because you have to bench. Oh my goodness, you can't play both. Justin, please find a way to play both. You can't play one of these guys in the flex. I would try to do that. I mean, and if you can't, I guess you just got to go with Laporta. That is rough, man. Oh, should I join the Goddard hype train this week? Start him over Likely. You should not. It's close. But I do like Likely. If Odell Beckham is out, Likely becomes really interesting. All right. I'm going to get to my nerdy stats in just a second. Elliott, Montgomery, Ridley, Etienne, Waller, Addison. Need 1 running back in a flex. I guess Elliott and Addison's probably not going to play, brother. Montgomery and Elliott. There you go. I said Stafford earlier. We're sticking with Stafford. Neil Dutton is back. Friend of the show, friend of the stream, friend of mine. I'm still torn between Taysom Hill or Dalton Kincaid. Oh man. That is a rough one. So Dennis Allen has expressed deep concern and regret over Taysom Hill's recent lack of usage. Taysom Hill, of course, has 3 touches over the past 2 weeks in the Saints offense. That's partially due to injuries to his hand and something else. I forget what it was. Foot, maybe. Apparently he's healthy now. So look, Taysom still, no matter what his package looks like this week, Taysom still has a very, very low, if not invisible, floor. So I would feel kind of guilty saying Hill over Dalton Kincaid. But he has way more touchdown upside. I will say that. Ridley or Flowers. I don't know. Flowers, I guess. I mean, non PPR Flowers that's yikes. And then likely, I like likely over Goddard. Well, okay. The Flacco backlash is warranted, and you sound like you have no idea what you're talking about. You are okay. Thumbs down, dislike blocked. Yeah. Well, we know that JR is a Marylander like me. Okay, brother JR. We are in this crab loving state together. You are hurt about Flacco doing well for the Browns, and I get that. I'm here. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And you're completely wrong in saying Flacco was good for the Ravens. Okay. If Hubbard is out, who do you play in PPR? If Hubbard is out, then I guess that means that means Miles Sanders. I was gonna say Raheem Blackshear would be interesting, but not so much Miles Sanders. Shaheed, Noah, Demario. I like Shaheed. I mean, he's still going to be a little boomy busty. Okay, can I say that on air? I don't know. I just did. So whatever. But I like him over those guys. I'm trying to get to all these questions, guys. I'm really sorry. Some of them are duplicates. I'm passing over those. You're playing CEH for sure. Lost Tank Dell, have Ridley, Trey McBride, Robinson. McBride, I love this week. Really, really good stuff. QB1, my guy JR is mad in the comments. He is upset on the internet. Again, because Joe Flacco is a Browns legend. QB1, should I start Brock Purdy, CJ Stroud, or Baker Mayfield? I mean, if Purdy plays, it's an unbelievable spot. You got to start Purdy. All right. Thank you, Joseph. Thanks for listening to me and Pat Doherty and Kyle Dvorchak on the Rotoworld Football Show, which you can check out on the NFL and NBC YouTube page or anywhere podcasts are sold, or however you digest your podcast. Love or Minshew, I would go with Jordan Love there. Should I play Aiden O'Connell if Jacobs? No, you gotta find another quarterback, buddy. Sorry. I had to pick between Santos and Fairbairn. Santos is fine. I had no choice in Dynasty. Keenan Allen, Pacheco. I don't know. Did I miss something on Keenan Allen, folks? I know Chance in Dynasty. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was a question, but I am sorry for your bad luck. There you go. Yeah, I breezed in the flex. CJ Stroud, Purdy, and then I guess Laporta, but that stinks. That you have to bench McBride. All right. I wanted to mention real quick teams that are being generous to slot pass catchers over the past, I narrowed it down to the past 8 weeks. Okay. So we have a good sample, a more recent sample. I didn't take the whole season. Been doing this on the stream for a while now. So I just want to run down. So some hindsight bias, hindsight confirmation, I should say. The Jets over the past 8 weeks have given up a 40% target share to guys lining up in the slot. And guess what, folks? We saw both David Njoku and Elijah Moore dominate from the slot on Thursday night. So, hey, you know what? This can work. It does work. The Packers give up the second highest target share to slot receivers. That I think that could be good for KJ Osborne. But I'm not. I don't think that's like that means a whole lot, because I think the Vikings offense will look a lot different. The Bears give up the third highest target share to slot receivers, slot pass catchers, I should say. You know who leads the Atlanta Falcons in slot pass routes this year, folks? It's Kyle Pitts. I like Pitts this week. If he's on a waiver wire, I consider picking him up. I think you could do a lot worse than Pitts this week. Teams are shredding the Bears in the middle of the field. He's not like Pitts is not going to have like a safe floor, but he has something going for him here in this matchup. It's a good matchup. The Saints giving up the fourth highest target share to slot receivers. Obviously, that's good for Chris Godwin. You just go down the line here. The Eagles are fifth. That's good for Trey McBride. Maybe a little Greg Dortch. We're going to get Dortch pilled again. We're always Dortch pilled. Everybody should be Dortch pilled, honestly. All the guy does is make big plays, and the media refuses to talk about it. The Lions are sixth. good for Jake Ferguson, probably good for CeeDee Lamb as well, but obviously everything's good for CeeDee Lamb. And then the Niners are 7th in target share given up to slot receivers. Curtis Samuel would be the beneficiary of that situation. But I wouldn't feel good about him if Sam Howell starts, obviously. All right, folks, we have about 9 minutes left here. I'm going to really try to get to your questions, but obviously I will not be able to do all that. We have a lot of questions. A lot. Darren Waller, Tucker Craft. Darren Waller, 24% target share from Tyrod Taylor, and Tyrod Taylor starts. There you go. All right, here we go. Sit Pollard for Pickens. No, you are playing. You're playing Pollard. Pickens, it's not going to happen. I skipped Ishmael's question. Where is my buddy Ishmael? I'm sorry, buddy. I don't see it. I'm scrolling back. Well, I'll answer this one while I'm looking. Taylor Thomas, Diggs or Godwin? Diggs. I like Diggs a lot this week. I know it's been rough. I get it. But have some faith. Have at least a little bit of faith here. Love or Stroud? I would go with Stroud. Pitts or Chig? Pitts. Let's go with Pitts. All right. Carr or Murray? I would go with Derek Carr there. Let's see. Kyle says pick 2. Pollard and Reed. Ishmael, if you're listening, throw in your question again because I just don't see it. I'm being flooded here and it's hard to keep up. All right, Matt Q Glore the 9th says start the Raiders or the Bears. I like the Raiders. Gardner Minshew top 4, I believe, in turnover worthy plays per Pro Football Focus. We're gonna get some turnovers this week, folks, and the Raiders, since Antonio Pierce took over by almost every measure, are the best defense in the league. So there you go. All right, we have my guy Super Dave advising starting Ridley over Chandler. Yes. You're playing for 3rd place. You're going to crush that 3rd place game, brother. You're going to destroy it. You're going to get that 3rd place. You're going to be the best 3rd place finisher of all time. There you go. Sam, half PPR. I already did that. Jaden Reed or Noah Brown. Matt Glore is back. Reed. I'm sorry, Reed. I just completely blanked for a second. All right. Half PPR in a filthy. I don't know why that the filthy casual 18 league. I see what you're saying. Two of so you have a murderer's row of receivers, sort of, kind of. I mean, if Chase plays, you can't bench him, right? He has range of motion back. It's about pain tolerance, this and that. If he doesn't play, then I'd go with Godwin and Reed. Otherwise, I would go with Reed and Chase. Denver or Houston, Ravens D. I would lean Denver. Standard non-PPR flex need 3. Bench. Okay, so you're playing Mostert, you're playing Singletary, and you're playing Rice. There you go. All right, folks. We have a few more minutes here. I'm really sorry if I skipped your questions. On this one, Saquon is in a horrific spot, but you're gonna have to go with him. All right. So, good luck. My thoughts are with you. All right, folks. Let's see. We have Buffalo, Baltimore, or Chicago. Of all the days. That's right. My buddy JJ Zacharyson, his favorite terminology, his favorite term of all the days. I used to say it when I used to play a lot of golf. And not that. I used to have a phrase that I would go to. I mean, I used to have a lot of phrases, many of which would not be admissible on an NBC product. So I will not say those. But others like this, unbelievable. That I can say. And that I said a lot. I've said a lot on the golf course. I mean, like literally like every other shot, I would hit it and unbelievable the wind didn't get that. Unbelievable my 9-iron didn't go that far. Unbelievable my 9-iron went too far. Unbelievable the thing plugged the ball plugged in the bunker for the third time in a round. Things of that nature. You're going with Bijan over Ty Chandler. Let's see. Pollard, Monty, or Mostert. Pollard, Monty, or Mostert. Mostert. Pickens or McLaurin if Allen is out. Allen is out. Who's Allen? Pickens or McLaurin? I don't know who Allen is, man. I mean, you can't give me a little bit of help with the Keenan Allen. If Jacoby Brissett plays, then I'm playing McLaurin. If not, then you go with Pickens and just hope for a long touchdown because that's all you're getting from my man George. Higgins or Pittman. I'd go with Pittman. Millie R. Rock the second, Laporta or Lockett. I do like Lockett. I would have to lean Laporta though. Adam Z. Southwick the third, Goff or Geno. I do like Geno in this matchup. The Steelers secondary can be had. I think has been had, and Goff makes me a little bit queasy this week. So here we go. Alec, unbelievable. Oh, I didn't I didn't answer your question. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Alec. I would play. Oh God, I play the Bears. Gibbs or Swift. I think you have to play Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you to sit Jahmyr Gibbs. That's what I know. Need 3. So you're playing. I think it's Zamir White or Rashad White. You guys need to give me some details. I mean, yeah, Zamir White if Jacobs doesn't play, and then Bijan. And all right, we have Devontae Smith or Demarcus Robinson. I still go with Smith, honestly. Mayfield. I go with Mayfield there. And I'm really sorry if I skipped your questions, folks, but I need to log off. Oh, all right. Well, Lindorphins. We're going to end with Lindorphins, who has been a faithful member of this chat all season, down categorically at tight end. Would you prefer Henry? Okay, Hunter Henry, Kraft, Pitts, Waller. I just talked about Pitts a minute ago. Lindorphins, check it out. Check out what I said. It's a good spot for my guy Kyle Pitts. Get him in your lineup. All right, folks. I'm gonna head out. Thank you for joining the Championship Week Q&A with me, Denny Carter. You can find me on the X platform at CDCarter13. I'll be there being screamed at by Ravens fans who are triggered beyond belief. Also on Threads. I'm on the Threads machine. You can find me there. Also at CDCarter13. Find my funnel defense report on NBCSports.com. I put a lot of effort into it every week, but especially this week because it's Championship Week. So check that out. Thank you for joining me all season. I think this is the last one, folks. So I appreciate your support. I appreciate you tuning in and for dealing with my really bad jokes between answering questions. All right, folks. Have a happy new year. Thanks again. Best of luck with your various championship